Hi, this is Lawrence Fleckenbill. You are listening to TV Confidential.
This is Polaroid's new Time Zero Supercolor film, and you know what this is.
Camera?
A one-step. Don't be cute.
Time Zero? That's a funnier name than One Step.
Ed Robertson, along with our guest Mariette Hartley. Mariette Hartley, the Emmy Award-winning actress many of you know best for the long-running series of commercials that she did along with James Garner for Polaroid cameras. Mariette stars along with her husband Jerry Soroka in Our Almost Completely True Love Story, a new romantic comedy about two people of a certain age who meet online, strike up an unlikely romance, and weather the storm when an untimely illness threatens to tear them apart. Mariette and Jerry also co-wrote the film as well as produced it and financed it, while the cast of Our Almost Completely True Love Story also includes the film and TV favorites as Tess Harper, Bernie Kopell, Morgan Fairchild, Peter Onorati, Stuart Pankin, Peter McNichol, John Rubenstein, Don Scardino, Jerry McGee, Sam McMurray, many, many others. Our Almost Completely True Love Story, available now, streaming on demand, Amazon Prime, and other major platforms. As we went to break, Mariette was about to tell us the backstory of how she came to do the Polaroid camera commercials along with James Garner.
I did have to audition, and when I went through the script, it's, Polaroid, that's one step.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say at the end, no, it's two steps. Now, this is the audition.
Mm-hmm.
So ad-libbing in the audition. And he said, no, it's one. I said, no, it's two. Terrified that I would not get it because I stepped up. That became the basis of our experience together with Jimmy, and we were able to ad-lib.
Yes.
And nobody knows how difficult it is. Nobody ad-libs.
No, but I don't play tennis, but I like to use it as a metaphor for actors who sort of understand each other in the moment and are able to play off of each other as you and Jim did in that series of commercials. But also you were fortunate in that Polaroid didn't care if you followed the script word for word as long as you hit the main talking points at some point while filming.
Absolutely, yeah. And we did it. We had 7 years to practice, make mistakes and laugh. And we worked for what, 250? Was that it?
Something like 200, 250 commercials over. Yeah, they would play all over the place, and it's great for you because in between doing the commercials, you were doing other things, as was he, and
chewing on a Muppet's nose. I love. We ended up going to London and working with the Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
Polaroid Muppets. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I tell you, laughing with those guys, I'm terrible when it comes to breaking up in front of the camera. I'm awful. I mean, I do it constant, laugh and not be able to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, Gunsmoke, I laughed all the whole thing in Cotter's Girl. I don't know if you ever saw that. You're probably too young. But boy, I mean, I could not stop laughing when something hit me. And it apparently took.
I've been told that from an actor's point of view, working on Gunsmoke was one of the most pleasant sets a guest actor could be on, because when you visit a series, you're there for 5 days, 6 days, you shoot your part, and you're a guest, and sometimes you're a welcome guest, and sometimes you're not. I understand that Arness and everybody on that cast made you and other actors feel like they were part of the family right away.
Well, Jim, that's interesting. Jim was very nervous about this particular episode. I did 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did, yeah. And it was Cotter's Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea was a Pygmalion kind of creature who had never been taught how to sit politely or dress well or any. She was she was out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim, apparently, I hadn't met him yet, was very, very nervous about traveling in the woods with this very young girl. And that's interesting to me. I mean, he said, no, I can't ride. I can't do it. Well, it turned out that I rode behind him on his horse to go to whatever the name of that big town was.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you've ever walked on that huge a horse. I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. I could not walk. It's true. I mean, how much can you be stretched? Pardon me. I mean, it was but we got to know each other, and I got to adore him. There were some wonderful, wonderful things that happened.
Our almost completely true love story with Mariette Hartley and Jerry Soroka, and a wonderful and a cast of many, many other film and TV stalwarts, available streaming on demand, Amazon Prime, other major platforms.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
One more item. If you're starting a company, particularly one that is in an emerging market, you know that averting any sort of legal dispute is crucial to your business plan. Our friends at Tectonic Law offer an array of services that can help you avoid and preempt future litigation while also developing and protecting your intellectual property and intangible assets. Tectonic Law serves the needs of a host of emerging industries throughout California and beyond, including industrial designers, beverage makers, artists, farmers, retail stores, health practitioners, wellness experts, cosmetics manufacturers, nonprofit organizations, innovators in sustainable practices, and libraries. Go to tectoniclaw.com to learn more about how Tectonic Law can help your business thrive. tectoniclaw.com. Rock solid representation for groundbreaking industries.
This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay Area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call Karen Strain at 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
Ed Robertson, thanking you for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. If you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss our next episode.
Hi, this is Rhonda Shear, and you're staying up all night or day with TV Confidential.
Well, I don't have to read anymore, Lieutenant. This is the outline for Alan's book. I can't believe it. He wouldn't plagiarize this. He wouldn't have to.
Let's see. Mariette and I met through one of those happy circumstances through a mutual friend named Jim Benson. Jim Benson, who's been a guest on our program a few times. He's also, he's currently working on a book on Columbo. And that is how Mariette and I first met. Now, you did 2 Columbos. The one people remember you for is the one where you dressed up as a belly dancer. Personally, I like the one you did with the Jack Cassidy.
Oh my God! Okay, so I guess you gathered that I'm a truth teller. I like telling lies.
Mm-hmm.
He's so wonderful. Well, he's handsome.
Mm-hmm.
He's a knockout, handsome guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a fast runner. And I'm not so fast a runner when it's pitch black and there are things in my way on the soundstage.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, Mr. Cassidy
Mm-hmm.
Was a bit of a bad boy.
I've been told that.
By his wife, huh?
I had the pleasure of talking to Shirley some years ago, and no, we had a yes.
Then after that, we did Law and Order together.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley and I did.
Mm-hmm.
So fun. No, but Jack was. Listen, I have a friend. I won't name names.
Mm-hmm.
Friend I love very much, who apparently had an affair with him.
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh my God, Mariette, he was so funny. I couldn't tell if we were making love or laughing." I thought, wow. What out of the lip? Oh Jesus! Wow. It was just so. It was a little spooky.
Yeah.
There are other actors that I'll tell you my Lee Van Cleef. You want my Lee Van Cleef story?
Sure.
Okay, we were doing a film called Bartero with Maria Gomez as his girlfriend. You know, she has huge breasts. Never have had that. Never. So I called, but I was also so he had two girlfriends, the breast part and the flat part. Okay, all those like that. Okay. So the day that I was supposed to be kissed and hugged by him, I was standing there, the camera was all ready, and I just have to preface this by telling you that Lee Van Cleef's love of sexuality out there was copper tone.
Okay.
He thought that copper tone was it, and that he would die because he has copper tone all over his body.
Okay.
Lordy, man. And, you know, camera action. And he pulled me to him, grabbed me, and before I knew it, I had slipped out of his arms and onto the floor.
Wow.
So that was one of my hotsy-totsy love affairs.
Yeah, well, hopefully there was a cushion that broke your landing when you fell to the floor.
Well, just kind of grass. Oh, God.
Our almost completely true love story, starring Mariette Hartley and Jerry Soroka, available now streaming on demand, Amazon Prime, other major platforms. What was it like working with Peter Falk? I understand he was very unusual for television, and that in most shows it's one or two takes and then you move on to the next thing. With Falk, I understand he would take as many takes as necessary to get it right.
Yeah, and I never really got that. It's like, let's just do it. You know? And he says, well, no, I didn't say that. I didn't know. And he says, this is the way I want you to do it. So suddenly this actor became a director. And I also had a real director who was obviously on his side. And it got very, very troubling to me. Plus, when I started working with Ruth Gordon.
In the second Columbo you did, yeah.
They all have their own personalities, and they don't give a damn. It's still working on something else, and it's their show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot to learn, which is one of the reasons why I love theater.
Well, no, it goes back to what we were talking about before. When you're a guest star on an episodic series, in some cases, you're made to feel right at home, like you're a member of the family. In other cases, you do your best to navigate the 4 or 5 days you're on set to do what you need to do with the star or the guest lead, and then you move on to the next thing.
Yeah, and you just pray that you do a half-decent job. Because they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there are people in Garner, when I did the Polaroid commercial, I mean, that was heaven. I mean, like a married couple, for 7 years, which is why I had to write those T-shirts for my kids.
yes, I am not Mrs. James Garner.
Right. And my daughter was an infant, and she was next to me because I was nursing on not on camera, but when I was working. And he was kind of incredible. So I thought I would write this kind of wonderful, fun T-shirt that said, "I'm not Mrs. James Garner." No, I'm not James Garner's wife. Is that what it was? I don't know what hers was. But she's an infant, and I was going to put her on the steps of his Winnebago.
Oh, that's right. You did one for your daughter. A shirt for your daughter. I am not James Garner's baby.
That's right.
That's it.
And it doesn't work great, right? So I couldn't, but I got him anyway. And People magazine was so in love with the idea that I had a T-shirt, she had a little T-shirt, and my son had his name is Patrick, and we all designed it, and it got to be a People magazine joy. Anyway, it was all fabulous, and he loved it. I mean, we worked together for 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mariette Hartley's on the line with us. Mariette's latest movie, our almost completely true love story, available streaming on demand, Amazon Prime, other streaming platforms. Mariette will be back next week for part 2 of our conversation. We'll talk some more about her various other movie and TV roles, including her work on many of the shows of Quinn Martin and her appearance on one of the very last episodes of The Twilight Zone. Part 2 of Mariette Hartley next week on TV Confidential.
Hi, this is Jim McCrell, and you're listening to TV Confidential, and you might learn something.
Ed Robertson's a reminder that the next edition of TV Confidential will premiere next week on this station at the usual time. We'll play part 2 of our conversation with Mariette Hartley. Plus, if all goes well, we will welcome back actress, comedian, and entrepreneur Rhonda Shear. In the meantime, our almost completely true love story starring Mariette Hartley, along with her husband Jerry Soroka, our almost completely true love story available streaming on demand, Amazon Prime, other streaming platforms, while My Friend Johnny, The Last 20 Years of a Beautiful Life with Johnny Carson and Friends by Howard Smith, available Amazon.com, MyFriendJohnny.com, and wherever books are sold online. Ed Robertson, Dr. Tony Figueroa, Dada Ellen, Phil Grice, and Susan Silver, thank you so much for listening. Stay healthy, stay safe. We'll talk to you next time on TP Confidential.